what is up? So I have good news and bad news. So the bad news is that the Lost Watchalong project is over. It's on Book Blather's channel, and I'll link it here, or wherever, where Book Blather, Reading This Life, Book Songs and Other Magic, and Michael K. Vaughn and myself watched Lost, all the episodes of all 6 seasons. So that's Lost, or that's over. The good news is that since I had to leave during the last live stream because I had other engagements, I didn't get to share my theory about the Man in Black and Jacob. So here I am, if you consider that to be good news anyway. I think it goes without saying, but major spoiler alert, I would say don't watch this if you haven't finished all 6 seasons, okay? So I've never really seen this theory out there anywhere, and not to say it's not out there, I haven't looked that hard. Here's the thing. The show Lost is full of 2 things, amongst many other. The first one is making things seem one way and then either explaining that it's not that way, or you kind of find out in the subtext, right? The second thing it is full of is duality. Specifically, you could argue, and we kind of argued about this during different live streams we had, whether it's good versus bad or yin versus yang, not specifically good or bad, but the reality is there's a lot of duality even within the characters, not only Jacob versus the Men in Black, but there's also Locke versus Jack. There's the broader themes of science versus faith. There's, and there's a lot of in between, of course, but there's also a lot of very contrasted opposition. Now, if you think of the show as good versus bad, or of Jacob and the Men in Black as good versus bad, the show really sets forward this idea, and not implicitly, like it's pretty explicit, that Jacob is the good guy and Jacob's followers are the good guys, as they say they are many times, and the Men in Black is evil, as Jacob says, like he's evil, or like even with this metaphor of the cork of like, if this guy gets off the island and this wine pours out of the bottle, evil is unleashed and we're all over, basically, or something like that. I'm paraphrasing. So think of Jacob and the Men in Black as good versus bad. Now here's the thing. This theory came to me when, I can't pinpoint specifically when, but during season 6, when you have the knowledge that the Man in Black, or the smoke monster, or let's think of the smoke monster as the bad guy, right, lives under this temple. Now this is established earlier in the season, so I don't know if they specifically knew what the temple was going to become during season 6 as a refuge for Jacob's followers. But anyway, so it's established as where the smoke monster lives. However, how can Jacob's opposite or enemy live where Jacob's followers live? Now, at first I thought this was kind of like a sort of blunder, a plot blunder or something. Now that I think about it, and of all the things that Lost has made you want to believe, but then sort of implicitly been like, is it true? I would like to postulate that actually the Man in Black is the good guy and Jacob is the bad guy. Now here's my evidence, okay? The whole concept of the island, not the island, the whole concept of Jacob as the leader of the island relies upon Jacob proving to his brother that people are good. And what he does is essentially for fun, or just to prove his brother wrong. Okay, I get the need to prove him wrong, but this is way beyond what is necessary. brings people to the island against their knowledge, only for them to try, like, almost be convinced by the men in black that they can help him get off the island or whatever. And Jacob being like, oh, actually, no, convincing them that no, or whatever, the guy's the bad guy and or something, knowing darn well they're just gonna end up dying or killing each other or both. And it's just like, when you look at the others or Jacob's followers, it's so cult-like. It's like the amount of times they repeat, we're the good guys. Oh, don't you know, we're the good guys. Now, I personally operate under the rule of if you have to say it 10 times, it's probably not true, also known as show, don't tell. And when you think about it, really, the man in black, like, all he wanted was to get off, like, was to go back to the people he came from, right? Like, to find his people. And he is the way he is because of Jacob's anger, because of Jacob's inability to control himself, and also because of Jacob's stupid rules. Because as we see, when Jack becomes the leader of the island, the rules are pretty made up, and Jacob has been reinforcing them as, like, it's like, I said it, so I'm gonna do it. And it's like, as if you don't have the power to change it. So I don't know, it's just so weird. And the man in black really doesn't do anything because, I mean, he doesn't outwardly do anything evil. Really, the only thing he does is really try to get off the dang island. And I get it, during season 6, he just gets rid of a lot of people just because they don't agree with him. But let's be honest, in the grand scheme of things, how many times has Jacob killed people just for no reason, like just to prove his brother wrong, just to basically be like, hey, I don't need you anymore. Basically, I need you for my little island project, so I'm not gonna let you kill yourself, but the second I don't need you anymore, you're good to die. It's fine, not a big deal. I don't know. I think this is a really good opportunity to think about how people are presented versus, like, the perception of what makes someone good or bad versus, like, what actually makes them good or bad. I mean, I think every bad guy is convinced he's doing the right thing, right? So maybe every audience is told who the good guy or bad guy is before being shown the actions. I think that's kind of what happened here.
I actually think that Jacob is extremely jealous of the man in black, and that's because the man in black found his purpose, and that is to find his people and to leave the island. Now, you might say, no, Jacob has a purpose, it's to protect the light. No, Jacob's mission to protect the light was given to him by Mother, who stole him, groomed him basically, and told him that's what you're going to do with your life. That wasn't Jacob's purpose, that came from himself. So I think Jacob is really jealous of the man in black for having a purpose, and I think that's why Jacob is so hell-bent on bringing people to the island on the idea that they are lost in their life, and just bringing people that are like him to the island, which is what a cult leader does, by the way. And yeah, I just think this whole thing is like a Jacob cult against people who have an idea of what they want to do with their own life, basically.
It seems like things are a little twisted, and this show is a little confusing. Well, thanks for sticking around for this video, and thanks to everyone for sharing their opinion. If you have any other thoughts, please leave them below. I'd love to hear them, or if you have any counterpoints. And thanks for watching. See ya!